Om Sadashiva Shankaracharya Asmadacharya Dede Guru Parampara Anantam Vibhum Nirvikalpam Niriham Shivam Sangrahinam Yadaukaragam Nirakaramathyujvalam Muttihinam Parabrahma Nityam Tadevahamasmi Anantam. That meaning should be clear for everyone. Antam na vidyate iti anantam. Antam meaning what? End. End is not. Which end? This is one end. This is another end. This is also an end. What about this? Antam na vidyate. Meaning no boundaries. This is different from just behavioral psychological thing. You have to have your boundaries, set your boundaries. Here it is your Svarupa, no boundaries, meaning no limits. Anantam, limitlessness itself. What is limitless? You. Okay. Don't say consciousness. No, I. Anantam. Vibhum. Vibhum. Vividha pratyena pujati, that which is there in many forms, in all forms, meaning which is all pervading. Every form depends upon what? Existence awareness alone. No place it is not, no time it is not. Vibhum anantam vibhum nirvikalpam. Vikalpaha na vidyate iti nirvikalpam. No divisions. No divisions. What type of divisions? When you say about division, you talk of three types of divisions. Vijatiya Vedaha. Difference between one jati and another jati. Okay. Jati meaning?
Category.
A category, a group. Okay. Like there are two jatis here, men and women. How does jati get translated as caste, God don't know. Vijatiya vedaha na vidyate. Why? Anyat kinchit nasti. Brahmanaha anyat kinchit nasti. Tasmat vijatiya vedaha na vidyate. There is nothing other than Brahman, then how do we expect a difference? Brahman alone exists. Alright. Vijatiya Veda. What about Sajatiya Veda? Veda of things in the same class. Let us take one jati from here. Ladies first. Woman. Between one woman and there is a difference. No? Between one young lady and another young lady, isn't there a difference? Thank God for that variety. But in this case, you can have differences only when there are many of the same kind. Many of the same kind. Here there is only one of a kind. Only Brahman is there. Therefore, Sajatiya Veda also not possible. Then what about Swagata Veda? One body, two hands, two legs, one trunk, one head. Veda, all these are divisions. Swagata Veda. Because it is Desha Kala Heenam, Swagata Veda is also not possible. Swagata Veda is also not possible. Therefore, Nirvikalpam. No divisions of any kind. Therefore, when you are asked what is Nirvikalpa or what is Advaitam, What is Advitiya? It is this Vigata, Swagata, Sajatiya Veda, Rahitam. Technical definition. Vijatiya, Sajatiya, Swagata Veda, Rahitam. That is Advaitam. That is Nirvikalpam. So can Nirvikalpa Samadhi become Advaitam? Because there is Savikalpa Samadhi also. There is non-Samadhi also. Can you see? There is things other than Samadhi. So Vijatiya Veda. In Samadhi practice there are different types of Samadhi. There was Sajatiya Veda. Swagata Veda you can say is not there. Because there is Samadhi, usme. But other two Vedas are there. Therefore it is not Advitiya. It is not Advitiya. Niriham. No action. No action, nothing. We saw that yesterday. I am not Karta Bhokta. But we do actions desired by the heart, by your mind, emotions, decided by your reasoning. Through your body you function. And who are you? The one that is observing the whole thing. The one that is witnessing the whole thing. Action happens. You, the consciousness, does not do anything. A lot of thinking goes, of course. A lot of emotions are involved, of course. A lot of physical effort, stress, strain, everything is done, of course. And in all this, where are you? Navadware pure yasi. Naiva kurvanna karayam. Neither doing nor getting anything done. If you can be rooted in this, there is no stress in your life. There can be tiredness. One week, morning to evening, I have been taking classes without any help. You can be tired at the end of that week. Why is that? You get a very deep Amitabh Bachchan type voice. Because you've been talking. How that can be there? But you, the consciousness, free from the whole. And you are always the consciousness. This actionlessness is not doing something. Oh, I don't want to get involved in this, I don't want to get involved in that. That is a choice, what you want to get involved in, what you don't want to get involved in. That is being a little bit isolationist. Like isolating yourself from everything. May have its use, may not have its use. Don't sadhus do that? Sadhus don't do that. Sadhus are, it's not a question of isolating. There's a big difference between isolating yourself and being a sannyasi. A sannyasi, you deliberately cut off some roles in life because you have nothing to gain from them anymore. Been there, done that. Now, all your focus and commitment is on the knowledge. Therefore, a lot of things happen, a lot of actions happen, a lot of activities happen. You get up in the morning, what do you do? अरे ध्यान में बैठ रहा हो क्या? शांति तो ध्यान में. फिर पाठ में जाता हूँ, फिर भिक्षा जाता हूँ, फिर पाठ में जाता हूँ, फिर और पाठ में जाता हूँ, और भिक्षा जाता हूँ, और डिस्कशन होता है, सत्संग होता है, और बस समाधिस्थ हो जाता है. फिर सुबह उठ कर whole day is immersed in this knowledge only. There's a difference between sitting quietly somewhere. That is a romantic dream people have. I've seen people like this. They'll come to Rishikesh. Those days, my days. Take a small plot of land somewhere. Build a small house. Then Then Ganga Kinare, Ghar Bana, that type of thing, you know. What is the old song? The song? Ganga Kinare, Tera Ghar Ka Saamne. That's different. Ganga Kinare. What are you doing? No, I get up in the morning, do some japa, etc. Then I'm making breakfast. Then what? Reading this, making lunch, then taking a nap, then having tea, then going for a walk, then making dinner. So old days doing breakfast, lunch and dinner, or kya? You might as well begin in Bombay. If you don't feel like cooking, at least you can order. In what way has your life changed by going to Rishikesh? If this is what you're doing. It's just a romantic dream. People have these dreams. And I've seen so many people. Nowadays, builders recognizing that people have these dreams have started making apartments in Rishikesh.
Ganga facing the point.
Huh?
Ganga facing.
Ganga, we have said that.
Even Ayodhya.
Huh?
Even in Ayodhya.
Yeah, I know, we can have apartments there. अरे इतना आश्रम है क्यों अपार्टमेंट चाहिए वो स्टे सब आश्रम that is his romanticism. Being a sannyasi is different. You have full commitment into what you do. And you go where the knowledge is. Knowledge is in Rishikesh, you go to Rishikesh. If knowledge is in Bombay, you go to Bombay. If it is in Timbuktu, you go to Timbuktu. Wherever it is, you go. It's not a romantic dream. It's a very pragmatic thing of saying, my ultimate priority is this, other priorities I have taken care of or grown out of. That is one level. This is at the level of I. I don't do anything. Aham akarta bhokta. You may be busy doing a lot of things. It's like Bhishma on the battlefield. Very strategic player. Every day when he fought that battle, one battalion was wiped out. One man wiping out a whole battalion. One Akshauli. Made up of foot soldiers, horse riders, elephants, chariots. 1 lakh people altogether. One day, one battalion gone. Lost. But here is one way of fighting. He is fighting more of a holding battle. He says, we'll outlast the Pandavas, simple. If we are many more than them, we'll just simply outlast them. So Duryodhana went to him and said, hey, grandfather, you are not doing enough. Duryodhana had no clue what Bhishma was doing. Okay, what do you want me to do? I want you to wipe out one battalion. And Drona is looking on saying, idiot, the person is already doing that. What are you talking about? He said, that's all. That's all. Next day, 1 hour he finished it. One battalion. He finished in 1 hour. And then said, I've done what the king wants me to do. Now I'm retiring from the battlefield. He went to his tent and relaxed. And the Kaurava army got mauled by the Pandava army after that. So Duryodhana was, please fight your battle. Yes. Now in all this that Bhishma was doing, calm, centered, akarta, bhokta, fighting is happening. I'm not doing it. I'm doing, but not doing. Why? As consciousness, what am I doing? Nothing. As body and mind, what is action is doing? As I am doing nothing. Where are you placing your I? One is functioning. One is reality. One is mithya. One is satya. Look at his life. What was the extent of mithya? Battle. Killing. And when arrows were piercing him, same thing. Hey, these are Shikantri's arrows. They bounce off my arm. These are Arjuna's arrows. They penetrate my armor and burn my flesh. Aram se baat karo. What is this? You're getting a martial art punch in the gym or something, or practice training punch? No, this is arrows. Akarta bhukta. Nobody recognized that part of Bhishma until after the whole battle was over. Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata. Only then they recognized that this wisdom also was there with them. And lying on the ears by arrows all over, he is giving discourses. हम लोग को एक headache होता है, एक stomach ache होता है. What can you talk on? My stomach, my head pain. Today I can't do it. There's no part left covered. Every major organ, this that has been pierced by arrow. Waiting for death to come. Karta bhukta. Now don't do funny things, huh? What funny things? Oh, I studied Vedanta. Let me see whether I can tolerate pain. Take a nap and see Google say. बोलना पड़ता है ऐसा. I've seen madcaps trying to do this. Let me see if you can handle that pain. You will handle that pain because you won't be able to pierce your own skin. Try. Unless I give you some of the daggers I deal with. That will pierce you with one touch. It will pierce. That's a different thing. What do you do? Take a kitchen knife? It will never accept. To recognize the self as limitlessness, therefore free from all karma. This is a absolute fact. Functioning is based on body and mind. If functioning was based on Atma, what will happen? Limitless Atma. After realization, you will have to sit down frozen. Why? If I move, there will be an earthquake. What earthquake? There will be a universe quake. It is not like that. Functioning is in the Mithya world. We saw that in the morning. What all is Mithya? And this is Satyam, my Swarupa. Shivam. Shivam, Mangala Swarupam. Moksha Swarupa is called Shiva. All auspicious. You will find the translation. Auspicious. Auspicious means that which is good for everyone at all times. All people. What is that? Moksha only, your own Swarupa. What else is good for everyone at all times, at all places? Sangahinam. Asangoham. और कोई है ही नहीं है. There is nothing other than me for me to have a connection with. Very peculiar state. Atma is independent of everything else, is only reality. Everything else is only Namarupa. Each one of us can see that. So, as I am the only reality. But how does that express in the Mithya world of yours, in your function? Connected and at harmony with everything. Things are going wrong, will go wrong. What can go wrong will go wrong. Things will happen. Come on, Swami, what's happening in Calcutta, what's happening in Bangladesh? Kali ki prabhav hai. Can you do something about it? Yes, do. I was surprised to see a video recording. The Gurukulam students, Vedic Pathshala students, you know those kids, all wearing the rangas, led by their Vadya, took out a procession against the atrocities in Bangladesh. He said, wow, Hindus are awakening. Itna ho raha hai. Is it happening? So the wise man will do what has to be done. If he is in a position to do something, of course he will do. How? Sangahinam. How? Akarta. Akarta bhokta. With that knowledge, apparent function is happening. Swamiji, how can I function like that? Don't even try. Gain the knowledge, be rooted in the knowledge, this will automatically happen. Don't try to function like that. It won't happen. Function with some objectivity, function with some emotional independence, function with Ishwararpana Buddhi, Prasada Buddhi, function knowing when to hold on, when to let go, function in harmony with Dharma. As a student, this is how you do. Then you gain the insight, the knowledge, then you get rooted in the knowledge. Then, अभी क्या करेंगे? कुछ नहीं. It automatically because you are the consciousness and what you mind with your world, let it happen. You will function according to your knowledge and your talents. You will function according to your knowledge and your talents. What knowledge? Whose knowledge? Whose talent? Here and here. And what are you? Consciousness is the base of the whole thing. Consciousness is the base of the whole thing. Shivam Sangahinam Yad Omkara Gamyam. Omkara Gamyam. Because Omkara is very often used as a symbol for explanation. Omkara stands for Ishvara, it stands for Brahman, both. I have told you all this before. Okay. Quickly summarizing for the newcomers here. Okay. What name will you give God? Ishvara is everything. Brahman, consciousness, everything. So what name will you give? Any one name will leave out all other names. Any one name. This is what making Ishvara finite. At the same time, can I call him all names? I don't know all the names anyway. Maximum, what do I call him? You know, we Hindus like calling God names. We are very great at that. We call God names. Thus, Deko, Vishnu Sahasranama, 1,000 names of God. Calling him 1,000 names. Lalita Sahasranama movie, some of us all together. And the priest says that was the highlight of this puja. In your last Sunday. Calling God names. That's all I know, 1,000 names. उससे ज़्यादा किधर पढ़े? So they decided, okay. And in all these, there is only one form where you can call him any name. If you are invoking Ishvara as Devi, what will you? Mother, Amma, this is respectful. Shiva, even more respectful. Rama, Dharmo, Vigravan, Dharma is no, Vigravan. Rama is Dharmo, Vigravan. This is embodiment of Dharma. Krishna, Makkan Chor, Ranchod. One form, all the forms they can use these terms, and it is fine. Correct or not? Anyway, all names I don't know. This is a digression, okay? To show what bhakti is about. You don't know all names. You don't know all forms. All forms are his forms. Across 14 dimensions. किस नाम से पुकारो? Therefore, rishis are smart people. They said, all forms are nothing but names. All names are nothing but sounds. All sounds as a human being, because you are talking as a human being. All sounds start from the gullet, end at the lips. इतना ही है. So now let us make not a Sanskrit name, let us make a phonetical name. Open your mouth and make a sound with the gullet. Close your mouth and make a sound. In between, what about the representation, everything in between? So say fast. Jaldi, fast is क्या? Because they coalesce together, the sounds coalesce together. Then after that you can write Sandhi rules are like that. A plus U is O and Anuswara, all that you get. Revade. Actually it's phonetic. It's a phonetic please. O represents all sounds, all names. Therefore, best name for Ishvara is Omkara. Then they started loading this. 3 states of experience, waking, dream and deep sleep, Makara. But that is a manifested form. What about the unmanifest? How will you bring the unmanifest into it? Names and forms part of the Mithya world, fine, you are brought into Omkara. The silence from where the Om comes, the silence into which the Om dissolves, otherwise called as Amatra Om, Om without a Matra, that is included in the word. Therefore, Nirgunam, Sagunam Cha, both represented by Omkara. Therefore, Omkara Gamyam. Omkara is used as a symbol to teach, as a symbol to contemplate, as a symbol to meditate. So when you are meditating on Om, what are you doing? I'll keep a nice painting of Om in front and contemplate. It's idiotic. Om was supposed to be only a sound, not to be represented. Yeah. Because Omkara is Ishvara, not one form. Omkara is not written down, really speaking. But then the printed word came, therefore you have to write. Therefore in old books, you will find Om written as O and Makara, Om. Not as this newfound symbol. Because then when you are contemplating with your Om, nice, that symbol comes into your mind. When you say Om, what should come? Either Ishvara or consciousness. Both actually. Omkara Gamya. Therefore, after the whole teaching is over, when you say Om, what happens? Yeah. Because the whole knowledge is there. The whole knowledge is summed up in that Omkara. Whole knowledge is summed up in Omkara. Somebody cannot do a japa of Om. Not really. Om is meant for Nididhyasana. But Om can be added to any other mantra for japa. You can do plain Omkara also, but there are certain conditions about it. Certain conditions about it. Omkara Upasana is not easy. So it's better to add Om to any mantra you want and do the chanting. And Om is not restricted to Hinduism. Okay? In Tibetan Buddhism, etc., all Buddhism, there is Om. There is Om. Omkara meditation. I didn't know that about Tibetan Buddhism until I started doing Tai Chi. So some 20 years back I discovered, right? Either we are here Om. Therefore, Omkara Gamyam is nothing but the consciousness itself. Therefore, is known to whom? Nirakaram. Omkaram too. But what is this nature? Nirakaram. Nirakaram means what? Just no form. Some other religions also talk about God being formless. If God is formless, where is He? उधर बैठा है heaven में बैठा है. He is formless. If he is formless, he is everything. He has to be in and through everything. Blasphemy. It's not blasphemy, you are not understood. You use the word Nirakara, but you are not understood. When Sikhism says that, they said with understanding. Sikhism uses Ek Omkar. Ek Omkar Satnam. Ek Omkar Satnam. Ekam Omkara. Satasya Nama. The name for Sat, existence. The first verse of Japji, you remember? Ek Omkar. Tell me one word at a time. Pura, that which fills up everything. And?
I think Pura is actually Purush. Karta. It says Karta Pura. But Kha is actually the Sha in Hindi. Purush.
Yeah.
Karta
Oh, okay. So Purusha. Pura Ushati iti Purusha or Pureti iti Purusha. Either way you can take it. That which fills up the whole creation is Purusha, or that which is available in this body as I, Purusha. Then Nirvaya, that which doesn't have anything opposing it.
Ek Omkar Satnam Karta Pura Ajuni
Nirbhav. Yeah, you see all the words, whichever order you put it, it's all about Vedanta. And the last phrase I like, Guru Prasada. What is the last word? Guru Prasada. Guru Prasad means what? Guru Prasadena Gamyate iti. You understand it by the Prasada of the Guru, meaning the teaching of the Guru. But to Prasadena to nahi. Will he give you a grace, give you a blessing? I remember. I won't go to the whole thing. I was just giving a taste of it. This lady used to come and tell Puja Swamiji, and I was the student in the ashram those days. Swamiji, your grace, your blessing. Swamiji, your grace, your blessing. Yeah, har din aata hai bolte. So one day, Nirmal, ये grace और blessings का time हो गया. The actual grace and blessings is what I'm doing in the class. Start attending. Can you imagine Swamiji saying something like that? Nobody said it. Oh, grace and blessings का time हो गया. The actual grace is what I'm doing in the class. Start attending. It took her under some years to start attending. She's still going strong. Huh? She's over now. 85, 86. 84, 85 she is. But still going strong. And every day she listens to Swamiji's tapes, this, that. 3 hours a day goes in that one. Okay. If not then, later. No? Yeah. Yeah. Guru Prasadena. Okay. Nirakaram. Then Ati Ujjvalam. Totally effulgent. The light cannot light up everything. But the consciousness lights up everything. Everything that is known and unknown in the world is lighted by you in the consciousness. Somebody, how can the unknown be lighted up? Known is lighted up, I can understand. What about unknown? You will light up what you know, what you don't know. Anyone here knows Russian language?
No.
No.
That is ignorance of me.
You are ignorant of Russian?
Yes.
You know that or you don't know that?
I don't know that Russian language. language.
So, you know that you don't know Russian.
Yes, correct.
Your ignorance of Russian is being lit up by you, the consciousness. So, the consciousness lights up what you know, what you don't know. Supposing I speak, Yah Rasaskaha, Utkrashtaha Pasaha. You understand anything? What do you want? You know that you don't understand. So all my words are being lighted up by correct. So the consciousness, don't ask me what the language is. You have to do things like that to make people understand. But I'm telling you, people have created languages also, you know, for movies and things like that. Which is that? Bahubali there, but that is very limited. There is one Elvish. Oh no, this one. Star Trek. Star Trek. Klingon. They actually created that language. There's grammar book and all available for that language. I said, दुनिया में जहाँ there enough languages to study, मेरे को एक संस्कृत पढ़ के बहुत हो जाता है, अभी दूसरा language बनता है.
10 years back, there was a guy in the south who used to talk to the birds.
Talk in the?
Birds. He
Birds
he
form.
claimed that he knows the language of the birds.
Okay.
Talk to the birds.
Birds.
Birds in it. That even I can talk. Because nobody else will understand. And when I was young, I used to watch and talk to a lot of birds. But I'm sorry, I'm just joking. Of the non-feathered variety. That's it. Yeah.
That's why you have more to hear.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you can. Languages are, and even now people are making languages and using them at work. All of you are using some languages at work. What's your Pascal, Fortran, what's all this?
Yeah.
Huh?
COBOL, Pascal,
Cobol, all this is languages, no?
C language.
Huh? All this is languages, computer languages. Yeah. Computer languages. But it's funny. The language is evolved into a final structure, more or less final structure. English, Sanskrit, Hindi, Marathi, more or less. Why is not happening with computer languages? Those of you who are into software. Why is it not happening with computer languages? Because there is money in making a new language. And then you sell that language, you sell that package, you sell training in that. Racket. It's also because technology updated, so software updated, therefore you need a new language for it. Okay. It's still evolving. Ati Ujjalam, Nirakaram Ati. Lights up everything. What you know, what you don't know. From there we took off into all languages. Ati Ujjalam, Mrityu unconditioned by time. Where is death? Where is death? Na hanya hanyamane sharire Gita. Body will fall, it is meant to be fallen. And what are you doing? Objectifying the falling body. Vitta nahi brava, sunta nahi brava. Chalta firta, that's all fine. Time हो जाएगा वो भी हो जाएगा. And what do you do? Objectifying the whole thing. I was speaking to an old man like this. He said, Swamiji, there may be something in it. He's a relative. And you know, relatives, how seriously they will take you. And he's older. I see him as a kid, yeah. क्या है ये? महात्मा बन के मेरे को आके सब बोलता है. You ask, therefore I said. If you don't ask, I won't say. To relatives, I don't normally say anything. Then he died. Actually, here to the 19th. Then he comes and tells me, you know, I'm not really dead. What did I tell you all these days? Okay, what was I telling you all these days? Then you don't die. Yeah, neither one don't die. Of course, that he didn't understand. Because he died and now he has got to, and now he has to go on his journey. Well, that is true. Samsara man is not free from samsara either. Musti, Parabrahma nityam tadeva hamasmi. Parabrahma nityam eva hamasmi. So, even in this, when you look at the Shastra, you have to be very clear about the functioning and the absolute aspect of it. Shastra keeps shifting its standpoints all the time. Okay. There's only one reality, that's a fact. Okay. At the same time, taking your experiences into account, in a broad categorization, we accept 2 degrees of Mithya reality. Minimum 2 degrees of Mithya reality. One is called the Paramarthika reality, absolute reality. Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahman Aham Asmi. What is the word? Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahman. Then what is all this I am dealing with? Vyavaharikam, functional realities, your objective reality. The word objective reality. Table is table for everyone. Phone is phone. Mic is mic. Since there is no other mic around. Walking captain mic is not there. So, mic. Correct? Functional. Sometimes you will confuse certain things. That also happens. Like a friend of mine who showed in the sea, pass me that spanner. Spanner comes from 6 millimeters onwards to 50 millimeters. Which spanner you want? To 500 millimeters also. Which spanner you want? What size? Any spanner, I want to use it like a hammer. So ऐसा कभी-कभी confusion भी हो जाता है. Nowadays that confusion has come to human beings also. Male and female. You speak to some of the influencers. No, today I feel I am female. Today I feel I am male. Today you must call me they. Right? I am plural. You eat 3 breakfasts, at one shot I will call you they. You can feel anything, but there is a confusion between feeling and function. Vyavaharika, objective reality. So sometimes there is confusion हो जाता है. That's okay. Objective, function. What most of us are agreed upon. That's functional. No? Okay. Then on top of it there is a subjective reality. Subjective reality is not Atma. Okay? Atma is I, the subject. Atma is the content of the subject and the object both. What is subjective reality? I like Samsung. I like Apple. The phone I mean. No, I find Moto G very convenient. This is what? Your subjective reality. Because it's purely personal. What do you like? When you go to the market, it happens. Who will buy this vegetable? Karela kaun khayega? But there are characters who love Karela. And there are characters with Karela even if they don't love it because I'm diabetic. Karela is good for diabetes. This is subjectivity. Okay. I love this person. किसको जाके पकड़ा है? Why? What is this girl doing with him? You have felt like this, you have experienced this. It's subjective reality. That's why there is a statement. Miyan Bibi Razi, to kya karega Kazi? You both like each other. What am I going to do with it? What am I going to do with it? Subjective reality. So there is purely valid for yourself, not for anyone else. And sometimes the subjective reality is not valid for you also. It is so subjective, it is not valid for you also. So the objective reality, Vyavaharika Satyam, and the subjective reality is part of the Mithya world. All your functioning happens here. All your functioning happens here. Whom you like, whom you relate to, what you do, what are your goals in life, what are your priorities, what type of a job you like, what type of a job you don't like. Job, objective, whether I like it or not, subjective. Samjha, how can it be subjective? How can you like a job like that? There are a lot of people who are waiting for a job like that. You are not. So, all these are there. And so, nobody lives in the world that is there. Everyone lives in the world they have taken it to be. Your subjective reality colors most of your life. Most of the objective reality. Most of the objective reality is influenced by your subjective reality. That is why one of the qualifications in Vedanta is Vairagya. Be objective to things. Be as objective as possible. You let your inner reality and outer reality be in harmony. Very difficult to cultivate, but that's what is done. This is not Vokism, it won't work. What is 5 plus 6? 11. Right? That's your opinion. I'm a liberal. That's not my opinion, that's fact. 5 of one thing plus 6 of the same thing will be 11. Another person. You must respect his feelings. He is upset by your fanatic stand. होता है ऐसा ना? Half of your world function is like this one. Now you can make your equations to what I'm talking about. I just give an example. You think, what is he talking about? Is he talking about this? Be sure it is objectively what I talk or subjectively what he interpreted, because I left room for that. I know what I'm doing, I left room for that. So, as far objective as you can get a function. In some areas, subjectivity is perfectly fine. What dress you like, what color of dress you like. In some places, that's not valid. You have one. Swamiji, every chance you get, you speak against the Muslims. No, I'm talking about uniform in the army and things like that. There it is valid. There it is valid. Because you have to make out the difference between you and the enemy, na? How will you make out of that? There it is valid. Other places, variety is good. Subjectivity is fine. What type of food you like? Subjectivity is fine as long as it is nutritious and healthy. That's the objective component. Nutritious and healthy, objective component. Everything else is subjective. Everything else is subjective. Including vegetarian and non-vegetarians. Somebody, what about himsa? First, have ahimsa towards human beings. Then, if you want to extend it to animal life, extend it. But first is human beings. That is necessary. That is necessary for understanding the truth. Living as a human being, that much is necessary. After that, it's an extension. Vegetarianism in India was an extension. Yeah. And it has some logic in it. Oh, I love my dog. I love animals. I love my dog. Why did you chop it up and eat it? What are you saying is my dog? Not vegetarian. So, like that, there may be some validity in that vegetarian. Not more than that. Some sort of. The counter argument is also valid. All plants have life. All plants have life. But Swamiji, we are not killing a plant. No, you are cutting it into pieces and licking it every day. I can use the argument that way around also, no? Plucking an apple. My God, every plant, you're plucking a part of the root. You love cabbages? A cabbage is good. You're destroying the plant when you put up a cabbage, isn't it? Does the cabbage plant survive when you put up the cabbage? So, there are arguments both ways. Therefore, it is not a question of that. It's a question of extension of ahimsa to the animal kingdom. Why don't you extend it to plant kingdom also? I would. If I could survive without plants. If I survive, there is a value of ahimsa. If I don't survive, where is the value of ahimsa? So, there is an objective component, there is a subjective component. This is life that you normally live. What is it that we are doing here? Understanding the absolute reality. So, with the understanding of the absolute reality, you walk into your objective, subjective life. With that understanding, you walk in. Life is beautiful. It's like, if I give an example, you are walking into your dream world, into your dream, with the full awareness you of the waking. Dream is happening. The tiger is coming after you. Yeah. I am chasing myself. So I climb a tree. You have to go to really top to escape a tiger. Okay. Smaller branches, heavier branches. Lower down, it can climb. The tiger and me are one of the same. You love somebody. I am loving myself only. Yeah, the person and I are not different. And one dream world. More you love. In the dream world, you love. The world also is not very different from that. Then you are fighting with somebody. Whom are you fighting? So it is similar to that. I am not saying it's exactly that. I am saying similar. You are walking into the world objectively with the knowledge of what you are. Yeah. Dunya ka khel. That's all that is there. What else is there? It's a great way to be. Swamiji, will a wise person be objective? Of course he is objective. He as a student he was objective. Look at your life. From the time you started Vedanta to now, trained Vedanta to now, are you not much more objective? No, Swamiji, are the same. Then you wasted your time and my time. So you will be objective. Will a wise person have subjectivity? Of course he will have. Of course he will have some subjectivity. In what? South Indian Mahatma will like coffee. Punjaban Mahatma will like, there are good people, the coffee will make. And the South Indian Mahatma will say, hey, give your milk. Milk is meant for the night after dinner. Before going to sleep. It's not this coffee. Subjectivity. Then subjectivity is not a problem. That type of subjectivity is not an issue. Don't be coffee in. Please don't raise a coffee. Because if you ask for it, you get it. Today I sleep very sleepy, you know. So I can't afford to go to sleep in my class. My students can do that. I take it. Because I wanted to keep awake, not because it was very tasty. So now you know how the Punjabi feels when the South Indian tries to make a porota. Like how the South Indian Punjabi makes a coffee. It's all fine. But that much of objectivity the wise person also will have. Minimal. Of course it will be. Without compromising his objectivity. That is the beauty of it. You will have subjective value structures without compromising your objectivity. Definitely not compromising but absolute. No wise person will say, because I like this, everybody should like this. I worship God in this form. All of you should worship God in the same form. No wise person says that. But somehow there are some people who say that. Not wise. It's simple. Not wise. How can you say that? Why do you think we have so many forms? You know God in any form. Many of you have come to Swami or me for mantra diksha. What is the first thing I ask you? Or Swami asks? What form can you relate to? Accordingly, we will give you a mantra. Either by your psyche, or by family worship tradition, or by your astrological principle. What is it that you can relate to? Don't you what you worship, I will do the same. Don't. What works for me may not work for you. May work. So, that subjective, objective components of life we have to be very clear about. This is part of the Mithya world we are functioning in. And takes up a major chunk of your life. In fact, all your life is based on this Mithya. This knowledge is going beyond that to understand what Satya is. And with the knowledge of Amsa, because there's only one that will free you. Everything else will keep samsara going, your subject, everything going. You can have a sense of achievement but not fulfillment. You can have a sense of success, not fulfillment. You can be happy but not fulfilled. And you can have the opposite of all these things and not fulfilled. That's easy to understand. The fulfillment comes only with knowledge because only limitlessness can fulfill you because that's what you are, that's what you are seeking, because you are denying that. If you deny it, you will seek it. The more you seek it, you deny it. That's the problem. You have to come to this knowledge. Fulfills your life. Then Vyavarika and this is not a problem. So there may be wise people who don't know enough of Vyavahara. I am confronting all my Guru Bhais. Many of them don't know geopolitical realities and thus start making all useless comments. Thank God restricted to the WhatsApp groups. What is happening in Bangladesh is wrong, we must do something. So what can you do? You must get Modi to invade the country. You are going to invade the country. It is an internal problem, not ours. There are some international protocols for all this. Indira Gandhi did it. Waited 9 months before she did it. Sam Manaksha, the greatest general in modern India, waited 9 months. Do it. If you have sufficient political justification, sufficient material men, strategic resources, you're going to do something. You're going to get realities to be understood. So, there may be a wise person who doesn't understand that. Because that's not his field. It's good if he doesn't comment on that field, but sometimes they do. Why? Because they used to everyone coming and asking their opinion on things that they know or don't know. That's the problem. There are a lot of things I don't know. Put me in front of one of these sophisticated computers. Anything beyond this is difficult for me. Even this. Hey, how do I go on Facebook and put a post on? Honestly, I struggle on it. I'm not joking. I am that ignorant about it. Vyavaharika. I'm that ignorant. I'm not joking about it. First time someone, you must be on Twitter. You're good with short comments. What? You can tweet daily. I don't want to become a twit. I'm not joking, I actually said that. I want to be a twit. No, something. Okay. So somebody has registered my name. Your domain name will be taken by somebody. So I'm registering your domain name in YouTube. The problem is somebody now is going to get me on Twitter and I say, okay. I say, that domain name is taken. Then I just say, oh yeah, this person is registered. Hey, release Corona. Same thing happened with my Facebook. I have two Facebooks. One I use, one I don't use. Why? Somebody did it. I said, Vyavahara issues will come up. Big deal. Vyavahara issues will come up. No big deal. It's okay.
No, all these are outsourced.
Huh?
No, all these are outsourced.
I know. So many people outsource it. Why? Even Swami has outsourced her social media. No? Who is handling her social media? Varsha is, I think. Somebody? Rashmi is handling it. You are handling it. That's what I did. Some of her videos, some of them.
No, all the blog.
How much time will you spend on water? Vyavahara, subjectivity, all that, okay? And all that is okay, because that's human function. So, in that way, any wise person is human enough. Not that when you gain wisdom, you become inhuman. But you have to learn to walk both the worlds with comfort. The world of Vyavahara and the world of reality. World of reality, every person is kind. Every wise person knows this. Like one of the Mahatmas I studied. He didn't know. He said, Abhi Swamiji ko phone kar sakte hain. Swamiji was in state and there is something we have to consult him about. Swamiji, abhi to Swamiji to sote hi rahega. हाँ दोपहर के 12 बजे क्या सोतेंगे? उधर रात का 12 अच्छा then I got a globe and explained to this. अच्छा हाँ भूख गोल है ना बड़ा भूख गोल है और सूरत है. He understood immediately. It didn't condition him. He didn't argue. The world doesn't rotate. It stays stationary. Immediately followed. No, his book is open to us. Understand? But he was Vijay Swamiji's guru. Vijay Swamiji learned from him. But this Vyavahara Jnana he didn't have. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Of course, those type of teachers, we have to adjust to them. This type of teacher, I adjust to you. Talk about science and psychology. It's easier. If you are contemporary, it's easier for the student. If you are not contemporary, it's difficult for the student. That's all. Not difficult. We adjusted without any issue. Why? The commitment to learning is high. Commitment to learning is high. What is difficult about adjusting to this? So old fashioned. He used to clean his vessels and all with mud and ash. So one of the ladies came and saw this doing. Got a packet of women. Only this is better than. तो माई वो पाउडर लेके आया है, लेकिन उसका बाद थोड़ा I'm not joking. सब इसको जो इसको पहला साफ करेगा फिर गंदा करेगा. Then he one day told me, why do people in the cities use this? Then I explained to him what it is. Not too much of chemical. ठीक है, फिर कैसे पाउडर यूज. The moment some understanding is open to learning, the moment of understanding that whole orthodoxy of 50 years dropped overnight. Why? Objectivity. 50-year conditioning, what 50 years? 70 years conditioning, 70 years learning. Dropped overnight. ठीक है. That's it, finished. You can say, ये हमारा परंपरा ऐसे ही है. परंपरा भाष्य में लिखा है. जलाध्यान dropped over it. Total objectivity. Brutal objectivity. And objective enough, he had to undergo a surgery. I am digressing, but I want you to understand what it takes to undergo a surgery. So something informed consent, something what would you like to do? I don't know enough to make that decision. तो बारे में जानकारी कैसे निर्णय करें? Somebody who will be comfortable. They take a decision. I knew the issue. And this one who will be comfortable. आपके गुरु को बोलिए. चलिए गुरु भी स्वामी दयानंद जी. Tell Swami Dayanand ji, I am comfortable with whatever decision. Because he knew he did not. He knew he could trust his Guru. That's it. He was not sure how much he could trust the doctor. And that's correct. So can you see the whole, how you handle that ignorance that is the problem? So, to help us all become that wise people, I said I will do some. Like I said, there are only two verses. One is fellowship. So, that I can complete tomorrow. How is Swami, I think, is also completed most of the world. So, you can complete it. So, you sit comfortably, wherever you are.
Keep the recording on.
Yeah, we can use that. Somebody asked whether you can do the Nididhyasanam, standing, walking. You can, if you are completed enough for it. If you are comfortable enough, you can. It's better if you learn to meditate sitting down on a chair or on the ground. Then you can extend it to walking, talking. Yeah. So we sit comfortably. You relax the body. So you go over the body part by part. It serves two functions. One to relax your body, one to objectify it. Look at your facial muscles. Relaxed. Neck muscles. Relaxed. Shoulders. Relaxed. Even if you have some pain somewhere, just tell yourself, it's okay, it's relaxed. arms, forearms, palms and fingers. See them clearly, all relaxed. Chest muscles relaxed. Stomach relaxed. Sides relaxed. Upper back, lower back relaxed. Waist and hips relaxed. Thigh muscles relaxed. Knees relaxed. Calf muscles, shin relaxed. Ankles, feet and toes relaxed. Now look at this body in one sweep of vision. You are the one that objectifies this body. You are independent of this body. You are functioning through this body, that is true, but you are independent of this body.
So will you bit louder? So will you bit louder? Bit louder.
Louder? You are functioning through this body, but you are independent of the body. Look at your breath, the prana. It's inert. You are aware of it. You are independent of it. Breathing happens. You don't have to do anything about breathing. It happens. You're just witnessing it. There's always some feelings, emotions, etc. coming up. Some thoughts coming up. My words are creating thoughts in your mind. You are the one who's witnessing it. The one that witnesses a thought is free from the thought. There is a sound of rain. You are witnessing this sound. Keep witnessing it. When you witness it, it becomes louder. The sound may become louder, but you are becoming more silent. The one that witnesses the sound is free from the sound. The whole world enters you as a sound. The sound happens in the background of the silence you are. You register the sound as a thought. Cognitive thought. That thought is born in you, the silence. It dies down into you, the silence. The thought cannot deny the silence that you are. My words or sounds create thoughts in your mind. You are hearing them as silence. You are hearing the sound in silence. You are hearing the sound as silence. You have that silence awareness, consciousness. Before the sound, your consciousness. After the sound, your silence consciousness. When the sound is there also, your silent consciousness. The consciousness seems to be in the body. The body is in consciousness. In front of me, what is there? In front of this body, what is there is nothing but space. The space is in consciousness. Behind this body is space. The space is in consciousness. To the left and right, what is there is space. The space exists in I consciousness. Above me, what is there? Consciousness. Below me, the earth exists in consciousness. In space, space exists in consciousness. I, the consciousness, is inside and outside both. The body does not limit the consciousness I am. My emotions don't limit the consciousness I am. My thoughts don't limit the consciousness I am. I, the consciousness, is in and through this body. I, the consciousness, is in and through my thoughts. I am always that consciousness. Thoughts come, they rise in the consciousness I am. They die down into the consciousness I am. I am always that consciousness. Nothing can disturb the consciousness I am. Nothing exists independent of the consciousness I am. Parabrahmarupam ahamevasmi. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Can you cup your eyes and come back to normality?